In this video, I'm going to share with you how we got 100% occupancy on our Airbnbs. You're going to want to stay all the way to the end because this video is going to be so power-packed every second of every minute to give you the value, the tips, tricks, and strategies of how you can increase your occupancy immediately just by implementing some of the strategies I'm going to give you right here. Let's dive right into it. So without further ado, let me say the first thing is this. When people say about real estate, they say location, location, location. They're not lying, guys. The location is everything. And if you're going to get an Airbnb, whether that is purchasing or what I teach my students, rental arbitrage, which is a fancy way of saying, hey, we're going to take the property from a landlord who owns the property, and we're just going to get their permission by signing an addendum that says, hey, you understand that we're not going to live in the property, Mr. Landlord. You're allowing me to put it on Airbnb. Unbelievable opportunity right now. But how do we increase the occupancy? All right. First thing is location. Now, when I say location, here's what I want you to think. I want you to think of warmer climates. If you're doing Airbnb, people that are traveling tend to travel south. So that's your first big gem, right? Think of Florida, Texas, Tennessee, Alabama, Nevada, Arizona, bottom parts of California, right? See the southern areas, there's one exception to the rule, which would be something a little bit colder, which are ski resorts, right? Like the Poconos or Gatlinburg, Tennessee. But generally people go south to warmer climates. The other thing that I do is I look for seasonality. Now, how do you find seasonality? You could go right on airdna.co. Now, my students don't pay for it. We pay $2,000 for the service. We pay for the year up front. We give it to the students as being part of working with me. But if you're going to get it AirDNA, they have a lot of different levels of service. Don't get the free one, okay? Don't be a free pull. If you're a free pull, you're gonna get free pull results when you don't have occupancy and you're wondering, and I'm gonna say I told you so. We have the highest level executive access. It gives us everything you need and very accurate numbers. But airdna.co is where you wanna go. Now, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for low seasonality. So when you're on AirDNA, the higher the number, when you see it right there, it says, type it in any city, like say you're going on AirDNA and you're typing in Savannah, Georgia, you will see the seasonality number goes from 0 to 100 is very high. That is a good thing. That basically means that people are not leaving in the winter or the summer, that it's going to be like this all year long. You see, if you have a city that does this, the chance of getting 100% occupancy is very low. Why? Because people are leaving in the winter or leaving in the summer. And so you're going to get those dips in seasonality and dips in people occupying. You want to find a place that people don't leave all year long, i.e. Jacksonville, Florida, Savannah, Georgia, Las Vegas, right? I'm giving you like Houston, Texas. Places people aren't leaving here, guys. So that's your first gem, is find places that have very high seasonality. You can see it right there on AirDNA. The other way to increase occupancy is called SEO, which is search engine optimization. Now, what I mean by that is the title and the description. Very important, pay attention. In your title, to do SEO, when people are searching for things, i.e. hot tub, pool, workstation, what you want to do in your title is you want to have 3 amenities inside the title. So when people are searching, it picks up that keyword and people are able to find your place. For example, in a title, I may use something like luxury cottage, star, the little star, hot tub, star, heated pool, star, minutes to Mayo Clinic. So I try to get like 2 or 3 amenities, and then whatever the closest thing is why people are coming into that city, I usually put minutes, M-I-N-S, to T-O, and then whatever it is that people are coming in to see at that city. Okay, so here in Jacksonville, we have the Mayo Clinic, so obviously brand new cottage or new cottage, star, hot tub, star, heated pool, star, minutes to Mayo Clinic. It's an unbelievable title, right? So when people are searching Mayo Clinic, guess who pops up? We do. When people are searching hot tub, we do. When people are searching for a pool, we do. That's what you want in your title. Your description should also have those amenities in it as well. And remember, your description should be in bullet point form, not one big paragraph. For example, it should be like a free Wi-Fi, free parking, free Hulu, free YouTube, free access to blank, right? Bullet points and then a description after that. But you want at least 10 bullet points of the property's benefits and then maybe a small paragraph underneath. If you do your description like that, you'll do much better. The title should have 2 to 3 amenities inside the title with minutes to whatever it is in your location that people are coming in to travel. I'm giving you the bombs, guys. I'm dropping some bombs on you today, boy. And here's another huge one. Do professional photos versus your cell phone. There are statistics that say that basically you can increase occupancy up to 200%. It's the same thing with Airbnb. People are visual these days. You have a very quick 2.2 seconds of time while you're scrolling through Airbnb that you're gonna get attracted to based on the photo. You wanna have photos that are professionally done. So hire somebody local, just type in Google Airbnb photographers and put your city and you'll have something, right? And you'll find a bunch of different places. You should pay no more than 150 to 200 bucks for a regular, single family house that's a 3-bedroom property. This is what you guys wanna do to increase occupancy because people are going to attract to the photos. If they're nice, if they're not and they're done by cell phone, you're likely to not get even clicked on. Here's another huge one. You guys know about the 4 H's I always talk about: hills, hospitals, hotels, and H2O. If you're gonna find a property, we're talking about in the South, because I gave you the states already, I'm giving you some cities, right? I'm telling you Jacksonville, Florida, St. Augustine, Florida, Nashville, Tennessee, Waco, Texas, Houston, Texas, Scottsdale, Arizona, Henderson, Nevada. I'm giving you guys the gems. Try to find a property that has close to hills, hospitals, hotels, or has a pool or a hot tub at the property. Let me say that again. Down south, generally you're not gonna have the hills. That's gonna be for the exception that we talked about for a ski resort. So let's move on to hotels. Try to be around good hotels, not the La Quintas and the Days Inn, right? And those $99 deals. Try to be around the Marriotts and the Wyndhams and the DoubleTrees. If you can be around a nice hotel, you'll do well in Airbnb. The other thing is, I play in this lane, which is the hospital lane. In my opinion, it's the best H. We have the Mayo Clinic. One of the best hospitals in the world are right here in Jacksonville, Florida. But any major hospital, if you can be within a 2 to 3 mile radius, guess what you're gonna attract? Professionals, travel nurses, doctors, chiropractors, business professionals, patients. And so if the landlord has an opportunity when you're on the phone with them to say, hey, Airbnb, what they're thinking is partying, trashing. They're thinking of a party, thinking of bachelorette party with a bunch of people smoking weed and doing drugs and loud and messing up with the neighbors. But the same platform for me brings in travel nurses, doctors, patients. Let's say a 65-year-old lady who her husband's going through surgery and she needs to be close to him to protect him. So we don't have to put her up in a 300 square foot rinky-dink hotel. We give her a nice place to stay in that's less expensive than the hotel, much bigger, and a full kitchen. She's not partying, she's not doing drugs, she's not messing with neighbors, and that is what you want. And so this is the attraction. When you can get around a major hospital, you will do well in Airbnb. And that leads me into something I'm really, really good at. It's called dynamic pricing. That's a fancy way of saying, look, how are we gonna change the prices on a daily basis based on our location, based on weekends, weekdays, events, demand, supply? Why are we changing the prices? It's the same thing hotels do. They change the prices based on each day of the month and the year, right? If it's springtime, your prices are gonna be a little higher. Summer's gonna be a little higher. Winter's gonna be a little lower, right? But you do this on a daily basis in Airbnb. And I'm gonna tell you something, there's a thing called lead time, which you can also find on AirDNA. Damn, I'm dropping bombs. AirDNA will give you a lead time for your city. Let me give you an example. A 1-bedroom place may have a shorter lead time. Why? Because a 1-bedroom is going to bring in 1 or 2 people. They can usually make a decision pretty quickly on staying in an Airbnb, right? It doesn't take this long, drawn-out process. They can make a decision within a couple days usually, or even the same day. You are going to price your place at your Airbnb according to the lead time. If it's a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom price, bigger properties, you got a lot of people coming in. They got to get together. They got to plan, right? So lead time is going to be longer between they book and they actually stay. So in a case where it's like 4 or 5, 6, 7 bedrooms, right? You are going to look out further each day to start slicing prices. At least 40 days from the day you're looking, you're going to take a little 10% discount off. And then maybe, 30 days out, you're looking at 15% discount. And then maybe you're gonna go to 20 days out and you're gonna be at like a 30% discount all the way up, because the chances of you booking something in the next 14 days with a big ass property is slim to none. So you gotta slice your prices with a heavy discount in the next 10 to 14, between now and say up to 10 to 14 days. On a smaller property, you don't need to do that. You should only be looking out from the day you're looking at it to about 14 days out, and then go back 14 days, maybe a 10% discount all the way up to like the next day. If it's not booked and you're looking at it today and tomorrow's not booked, you gotta be 60, 70% discount. Listen, if you go back through this video 3 times and watch what I just told you, you are gonna be so good at dynamic pricing and understanding why people are getting 100% occupancy. And lastly, I'm gonna tell you this is how we increase our occupancy. We took the properties and put them on an MTR, which is a midterm rental. Furnish Finder, Copa, we use these services and people are booking out 3, 4, 5 months at a time. We just got a booking for almost a year off of Furnish Finder, right? So in the event that you're struggling trying to increase occupancy, do those first 5 things I told you right there, and it will definitely help you. Lastly, if you have to go into Furnish Finder or Copa to get a midterm renter, then you can definitely do that. And I'm gonna give you one bonus, and it's called omnipresent. Most people don't know about these other platforms, so they stick with Airbnb. They take their property and they put it on Airbnb. How about this? Why not be on Airbnb, VRBO, Bookings.com, Furnish Finder, Marriott Home and Villas, Expedia? Take the same platform that you put your Airbnb together and just put it on all those other platforms. Why? Because if you're just getting people from Airbnb, why not get people from everywhere? How do you increase occupancy? By having people come in from different platforms, not only just one. If you're just leaving yourself to one Airbnb, of course you're gonna lose occupancy. Get it on all those other platforms. Also, lastly, if you're in a position right now where you're in an area where like not so ideal and you're like, I need to increase my occupancy, I'm gonna leave you this last bonus, and that is this. Snooze your listing, okay, for 48 hours. What I want you to do is I want you to change the title up around a little bit. And then in your description, change your description a few things around, okay? So you're just gonna change it, like mix it up a little bit. And then your profile picture, which is known as the hero picture, you're gonna change that photo to something different. Airbnb is gonna see it as a new listing. They're gonna put you back onto the first page and you'll start getting bookings. You'll thank me later for that one. God bless, be safe, guys. If you want my help at all, put the word Airbnb in comments and I'll personally reach out to you to show you what I'm doing with my students right now. Let's roll. Bye.